the global geopolitical front, Donald Trump has hit pause once again on steep US tariffs against China. Just hours before they were set to snap back to 145%, Trump signed an executive order extending the tariff deadline by 90 days, pushing it to mid-November. The move follows trade talks in Stockholm where negotiators from both countries signaled some progress. Over the weekend, Trump urged China to quadruple its US soybean purchases, a comment that sent Chicago soybean prices climbing, though no official agreement has been confirmed yet. My colleague Sumita Karir is here with more details on these talks.
That's right. President Donald Trump has delayed high U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods that will be coming to the United States. In fact, another 90-day extension has been put in place by Donald Trump. Remember, these tariffs were to come into effect today. So just a couple of hours before the deadline was to be crossed, in fact, that order was passed by Donald Trump. In fact, he also posted on his Truce social platform as well. In fact, now this deadline has been extended until mid-November, and this delay was the expected outcome of the latest round of talks that were going on between the United States negotiators and the Chinese counterparts. In fact, they took place in Stockholm in late July. In fact, if the deadline were not to be extended, then U.S. duties on China would have shot back up to where they stood in April, which is essentially a triple-digit tariff number that would have been imposed upon both China and the United States. And that would have triggered a trade war between the world's biggest economies at the moment. In fact, back in April, Trump had cranked up blanket tariffs on Chinese imports to 145%, and China had retaliated further with 125% of duties on U.S. imports. But now the two sides have agreed to pause those tariffs for another 90 days. It remains to be seen if there's going to be any substantial round of talks or whether this extension keep coming about as far as US and China are concerned. Remember, there are certain very sensitive issues with respect to those talks. First things first, it's related to rare earth export curbs. Will China completely agree to lifting curbs on rare earths to the United States? That remains to be seen.